and all their plans they failed. Now it is we are now taking action. We are responding. And the worst part of it, I know it pretty well by tomorrow what will be there. They are facing problem with BLA. The BLA has already captured a lot of their posts, army posts, opposite side towards Balochistan, and they are losing it. And the BLA is advancing now slowly. And now what is happening at Karachi? After Peshawar, then we are now hitting Sialkot and Karachi at a time and Muzaffarabad. Now Karachi, our INS Vikrant has already advanced. And the way Karachi is now blocked, from tomorrow no ship carrying fuel will come to Pakistan to Karachi port. All fuel supply will be closed. They have to depend upon the other side of it. That will also be closed because Karachi port, no ship can come with oil. So I do not know by tomorrow what will be the loss in Muzaffarabad, what will be the loss in Islamabad, what will be the loss in Lahore, Rawalpindi and Karachi and Sialkot. Things are pretty bad and we are hitting them very bad. So tomorrow morning, let us see what General Munir can again plan. What will be their plan? Because the economy has gone down and in 2 days, I'm telling you, their economy
well, I can tell you, Mr. Mishra,
it's go down tremendous.
Mr. Mishra, it's not tomorrow morning, it's actually today morning because this is going on well into the night and in less than 7 hours, we'll have the third joint press conference from the MEA along with, of course, representatives of the Army and the Air Force, and which will probably give us an indication of how the third phase of Operation Sindoor has looked for so far. But as we count down to that press conference and as we count down to official statements coming in from the Indian government and the Indian forces, India is definitely hitting Pakistan hard. And this is the update we are getting in from Rajouri, where India has silenced Pakistan with force. Pakistan is continuing to provoke us in the form of border firing, but now we understand there is now heavy shelling that has been reported in Rajouri as well. And this is in keeping in line with Pakistan's cowardly tactic that's been going on for the past 3 nights. There has been heavy ceasefire violation, there has been heavy artillery firing and targeting of civilian areas. We have seen that in Pooch and we have seen that in Kupwara, and we are now seeing in Rajouri as well. The audio you can hear from obviously these visuals where there's no, it's darkened because it's a blackout going on. You can hear the heavy shelling that's going on in Rajouri, and India obviously is giving it back to Pakistani provocations. India is fighting force with fire and giving, as they say in Hindi, a muh tod jawab. We've got breaking news coming in. A key statement has come in from none less than the Vice President of the United States. The United States says that it is aiming for diplomatic engagement between the two nations. In an interview to Fox News, Vice President J.D. Vance has spoken out and said that the United States will not get involved in the middle of war. In a very emphatic statement, J.D. Vance says that the United States cannot tell India or Pakistan to lay down arms. But however, he does go on to say that he does not think a nuclear war will happen between the two nuclear power nations, but he makes it also very clear that it is none of America's business to get involved, and it is for India and Pakistan to solve their matters by themselves. So in no uncertain terms, the United States says that it is not going to get involved in this conflict. So if Pakistan, which has been begging and pleading to any country in the world to try and save it at this point, it is not going to get any assistance from the United States. Remember, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio had earlier tonight spoken separately, first to External Affairs Minister S. Jaishankar and then to Pakistan's Prime Minister Shahbaz Sharif. But the difference in tone and tenor could not have been more stark. To India, Rubio expressed his commitment to fight against terror, but to Pakistan, he reiterated his call for the country to take concrete steps to end any support for terrorist groups. But the overall focus in both conversations was on the need for de-escalation.
Focus of the Secretary of State, who has been the center point leading these conversations and this outreach, and he's made very clear, focusing on 2 things: that this should not escalate. This has been a key framework. Clearly, this is been an issue for decades, and it's with what we saw over the last few weeks after the terrorist attack. It was not surprising, but very, very disappointing. But it was about certainly that it should not escalate, and communication was fundamentally key, that there should be talks, that there should not be silence, and that America obviously was in the center of this in speaking with a variety of leaders of both countries over the last 2 days.
We're getting more details coming in of what's happening along the international border as well. It's not just, remember, the line of control which is seeing heavy artillery shelling and ceasefire violations by Pakistan. It's also the international border as well. The latest update which my colleague Tejshri has just sent out is that there is incessant firing from the Pakistani Rangers on the border security force at the Samba international border. Remember, this is not along the line of control, this is along the international border where technically ceasefire violations shouldn't exist, but ever since Pakistan has decided to de-recognize the Shimla agreement, it has not only ignored the validity of the line of control, which was seen as the de facto border after the Shimla agreement, it has also chosen to violate the sanctity or the presence of the international border as well, which is why we are seeing firing happening along the international border at the Samba sector from Pakistani Rangers at the border security force. And also what we can say is that BSF is retaliating effectively to Pakistani firing. And this happened, keep in mind, that because after the BSF foiled an infiltration bed of terrorists as well. Remember, what's happening in Jammu and Kashmir tonight, ladies and gentlemen, is a multi-pronged offensive, because we are not just seeing drone attacks which we have seen in Jammu, on Udhampur and in Pathankot. We are also seeing ceasefire violations and heavy artillery shelling that's going on. We have also heard reports of a suspected attempted Fidain or a suicide attack, and we are also seeing terrorist infiltration bids which have been foiled. Let me go across to my colleague Tejshri, who's getting us details once again from ground zero at great risk to our own life and safety. Tejshri, what is the latest you can tell us about what's happening along the international border in Samba?
Well, yes, as of now, we were reporting from Jammu, and in fact, we just heard sirens here just few minutes back, and not just that, but again, there is a complete blackout, and what we are picking up to the latest is, again, there was firing from the side of Pakistan at the international border in Samba. However, and in fact, it was targeted on the BSF there in Samba at the international border, so that is another attempt by Pakistan, remember, and also what we are getting to know is that the BSF is retaliating, and BSF is appropriately giving it back to Pakistan, and not just once, but in fact number of times we have seen that the times that Pakistan tried to hit over here, either by ceasefire violation or by mortars or by shelling, every time India has given it back to Pakistan, and Pakistan has failed multiple times. And today again in the cowardly attack here in Jammu, from where we are reporting right now, we also reported from near the airport area, where in fact there were 8 to 10 drones that were shot down. Missiles were also intercepted, but still Pakistan now in another attempt has started firing there at the international border in the Samba district. Remember that earlier there were several ceasefire violations also reported in Poonch, in Rajouri, in Uri. There were the shelling continued in Uri and Poonch for quite a long. Tomorrow we'll come to know that what what is the official figure of the injury, and how Pakistan is again cowardly targeting the civilians. But yes, picking up what we are picking up to the latest is that this particular, again, retaliation, unprovoked retaliation from the side, unprovoked firing from the Pakistan. Again, BSF is responding properly to this. BSF is responding appropriately and giving it back to Pakistan there at Samba at the international border. This is the latest that we are picking up. And in fact, let me tell you that in Jammu, we are reporting in Jammu, and we also heard the sirens. Now it is the sirens are definitely an indication that there could be some kind of attack over here, or the situation is sensitive and critical over here, because after there was an attack in between 8 to 8:30, and then India attacked Lahore and then gave it back to Pakistan, Lahore, Sialkot, Islamabad and several areas in the Pakistan. But now again it seems like there's a kind of situation that we are witnessing over here. The atmosphere